Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, got another video. This one is Roy Jones Jr. highlights. One of the best fighters of all time. I did the Tyson video highlights a week or so ago. That's gotten quite a few views, so I figured I'd do another boxing one. Roy is also one of my favorite fighters of all time. I watched him since I was a kid. Then, of course, when I got big into boxing in 2000, I tracked down, a lot of his early fights that I never saw before in the early 90s, mid-90s, stuff like that. But pretty much since 95, I saw all of his fights from that point on, because that's when I kind of got into boxing. I was only 13 years old at the time. So anyway, from that point on, I saw every one of Roy's fights, and anything before then I tracked down on eBay, just like I did with the old Tyson fights when I really got deep into boxing in 2000, became an obsessed religious fan of boxing. So so I've seen pretty much all his fights, other than maybe one or two that just were never televised, or that I could just never find out of his pro career. And I've even seen seems like maybe 8 or so of his amateur fights, including the one where he got robbed in the '88 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. So anyway, let's just get into these highlights. I haven't seen Roy for a while now. The last thing I saw of him was, of course, his exhibition fight with Tyson 3 years ago, but that was when they were both way past their prime, obviously. But anyway, yeah, let's get into it, guys. So let's see what we got here. And they're playing Roy Jones songs. He was also a rapper. mean, they're showing slow motion, so there we go. That's Gonzalez. This was just insane. His speed, his reflexes, his defense. He never had the technical defense like James Toney or Floyd Mayweather, the shoulder roll or the blocking. You know, he never relied on that. It was all reflexes, head movement. He could just like Muhammad Ali. So of course, when he started to lose those reflexes, that was pretty much it. He was never the same. Look at those punches, like 3 or 4 left hooks. Oh my God! Wow. He was really a powerful guy at middleweight and super middleweight and somewhat at not really light heavyweight. He started to take guys the distance more. And of course, when he moved up to heavyweight, beat John Ruiz and came back to fight Antonio Tarver, he was never the same. He did win that one, but then of course, you know what happened in the rematch, unfortunately. But yeah, just look at that, just straight right leads, just out of nowhere, just darting in. Yeah, and they stopped it right there. Was that Del Val? Seemed like Del Val went the distance with him. I'm not sure. Look at this head movement here. So yeah, but he always relied on the reflexes more than that's Mike McCallum there. Yeah, he mainly relied on his insanely fast reflexes. And like I say, guys, when that went, that was pretty much it. Look at that. First round. Wow, that was. Toney very easily in '94, and he completely outclassed him, which was probably shocking. And there's James Toney right there, and put him down right there. I believe that was the 3rd round. He of course did, nobody knocked Toney out or anything, but oh wow. But anyway, he beat them, and yeah, I mean there weren't a lot of great fighters, but they were all very good fighters, and they would all, a lot of them that he would beat and completely just destroy or outclass over 12 rounds. You know, they would go on to beat good fighters and become champs in different divisions, or you know, later on, several years later, they would become champions later on. So they were all good fighters. This is Reggie Johnson right here. That's Virgil Hill. And Virgil Hill gave a lot of guys problems. He was a very good fighter, not a great fighter or anything. And same with I believe this is the Glenn Kelly fight, guys. Yep. So it's coming where he's gonna knock him out with his hands behind his back. Here it comes. Yep. He's gonna get up on the ropes. Look at this. Wow. Just a quick little right hook right off the ropes, just darting around. That is just insane defense. That is insane skills, insane timing, reflexes, and power to go with it. I mean, so I think these are all Roy Jones songs here playing. I know the first one was. I haven't really been paying attention much. I've been just focused on the highlights, but he had quite a few good songs. I thought he was a very good rapper, actually. A lot of people didn't think much of him, but I did enjoy his songs. But anyway, and there's John Ruiz when he went up to win the heavyweight title, the first one to do that since Michael Spinks in the 80s when he defeated Larry Holmes. And I think he probably beat Ruiz in every single round, maybe one or two. Maybe Ruiz won, but I mean, we remember Ruiz for having the idiot trainer, Stoney, I believe his nickname was, but he was just so pissed at the referee because he wouldn't let Ruiz hold and grab and punch at the same time like a lot of other idiot referees would. So this is the Montel Griffin rematch. He destroyed him in one round, of course, after Roy Jones' first loss, which was a BS loss by disqualification. He had fought Griffin earlier that year. Griffin was on one knee, but the ref was not coming in to get him off of him or to stop it, so he, hey, if you're a fighter, you keep punching until the referee tells you to stop or pulls you away. The referee was not getting in between them to do anything to stop the fight or to start counting when Griffin was down, and Roy hit him 2 more times in the motion, and Griffin, of course, faked like he couldn't go on, knowing that he had no answer for Roy. He was doing good in the fight. I do have to say Griffin was giving him a little trouble, but that lit a fire under Roy, and he just came back a few months later that same year and just destroyed him in August of '97 in one round, and you see that was the result of that. But anyway, guys, that was a lot of fun seeing those. It's been a while since I've watched highlights of Roy. Of course, he's been gone from boxing for quite a while now. But anyway, he really fell off those last, from like 2000. He did come back in 2008, and he did beat Tito Trinidad. That was, of course, after Trinidad had been gone for quite a while. But after the Calzaghe loss in 2008, that was pretty much it. He did have a very good performance against Jeff Lacey in 2009. And that was like old Roy, just out of nowhere. He was throwing the fast combinations, doing the head movement. I mean, it was crazy to see that fight after some bad losses for a few years there. But the next fight I believe was Danny Green. He got stopped in the first round in 2009, and after that he took some bad knockout losses from a few people, and just was, of course, never the same. But and never returned to the limelight really, or network TV or HBO or anything like that. But anyway, hey, a great career, one of the all-time greats, pound for pound. He was on top for years and years, and this is when Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather were they weren't as experienced as Roy, but they were coming up, and I mean, it wasn't close, guys. Roy was the top pound for pound fighter in the world for years and years with them with them still being undefeated. Of course, Mayweather always remained undefeated, but Mosley, this is way before Mosley took any losses or anything. So it was never a question who was the top fighter in the world. Roy Jones was it. So anyway, guys, just leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. I've gone on and on after this video is ended. But anyway, yeah, come join the family. God's Mafia, I'm out.